This week on NOMOFOMO, we're getting into
promo codes,
Schitt's Creek, even
Whitney,
Drag Race,
Andie MacDowell,
and why, if you don't buy a hot dog before leaving Costco, you're a monster.
NOMOFOMO.
Let's get into it. All right, this is episode 1 of the brand new NOMOFOMO podcast.
Yes, we are ready.
She's ready.
So we've been asked to come up with a subtitle, a little bit of a description of our podcast, and this is what we got. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Yeah.
Feeling the FOMO? Fear not, you're invited to our party, where we talk all things pop culture and then some. So let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
All right, what are we getting into exactly?
So today we're going to get into why we started this podcast.
Yeah.
Why, Krelljies?
Yeah.
Tell
okay.
us.
All right. So main thing for us, number one thing actually, is to have our own promo code.
That's right.
We have been listening to podcast after podcast, and these bitches are gonna have their own promo code. That's what we need. We need a NOMOFOMO promo code.
Yeah, so sponsors, if you're listening, we've been recording for 30 seconds now.
Yeah, and we have so many listeners.
We have a lot of listeners, and it's time for us to get a NOMOFOMO promo code.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And we like attention, so we're in it for that.
Yes. So should we do a little introduction of who we all are?
Yes.
We probably should.
Jason, you should go first.
Okay, sure. Well, my name is Jason.
I'm Allie.
So we are the Style Guys, which is a little thing that we've been doing for about 10 years now, where we are fashion, lifestyle, and fun connoisseurs. We do all kinds of weird things. We do TV, we've done radio, we've done pretty much anything and everything.
Oh
We've done it all.
Who knows what's out there in the universe there?
Yeah, now we're doing podcasts.
We are.
Yeah, and we've got our friend Carla here.
Hey.
Kiki Carla.
Kiki Carla. And if you don't know what Kiki means, you need to go to the internets and ask the internets, what is a Kiki?
Yes.
And then you can come back.
Yeah, maybe
And
don't
then
do
we'll
an
talk.
image search quite yet.
Just a YouTube search.
But if you're feeling frisky, do the image search. Just do it.
We're always feeling frisky. So I am a dance teacher. I'm a connoisseur of all things pop culture. And I'm here to give the review on RuPaul's Drag Race and all things fabulous. My loves are Valentina and my hates are Madonna.
Well, there you go. Enough said.
We should also note that Carla has the most amazing bangs on the planet. If she ever grows them out, she's off the podcast.
Yeah.
And she's also the voice of all mothers.
Yes.
So
Yes.
no pressure, but you are the single voice for every mother.
So literally, mother has arrived.
Call me mother. Thank you.
All right.
That is amazing. And we're actually so thrilled to be starting this podcast. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be amazing. It's going to be great. But we are just here to lighten your day so you can have some fun. You can have a little laugh while you're in your car. And, just have some fun.
Yeah. It's
Absolutely.
no mo FOMO. You know what? Everybody's invited. So that's the way we like to be. All right.
100%.
With that, this is either going to be the best or the worst podcast that we ever do.
Yeah.
We might be peaking like now.
Totally.
It's perfect timing that this is our first podcast. And next week is actually Valentine's Day.
Right.
All about the love. I love Valentine's Day. Do you guys like Valentine's Day?
Of course.
I'm like so about Valentine's Day. I think that if you're dating someone, Valentine's Day is amazing because you can really go and show them how much you love them and whatever. But I think that if you've been with somebody for so long, and then Valentine's Day comes around, and I feel like there's so much pressure, right? But I feel like Valentine's Day should be, and this sounds super cliche, but it should be kind of like every day. Right? Like, I don't think you need a special day because then you have your anniversary and then you have a birthday and then you have Valentine's Day and then it's just like, it's all a bit too much.
No, I think that's reflective of what's going on. I like it because I speak for all mothers.
Yes,
and I
of
speak for
course.
all women.
Yes, you do.
Every woman.
Every woman.
Every single one. Yeah.
I love seeing it from the kids' point of view. Like, I love them writing their little Batman Valentines, and that's adorable.
Totally.
And so we're going to go to Tim Hortons and then have some pink donuts. And, oh, girl, I saw your face.
No,
Pink
I think
donuts.
that's super cute.
Oh, no, I just
think-
went there.
No,
I love it.
You went there with the Tim Hortons.
No.
I went there with the pink donuts.
Don't lower that.
No, my face was saying, my face may have looked like it was saying, oh God, she's talking about her kids. But what I was actually thinking was, this is actually totally right, because Valentine's Day doesn't have to be about, I'm with somebody, I'm not with
Romantic
somebody,
love.
I have
Right.
love,
Yes.
I don't have love, I'm going to get some action or not. It really is something that can be bigger than that. It's like, how do you love your coworkers? How do you show a little affection to, your Starbucks person? Or, use the promo code NOMOFOMO
NOMOFOMO.
next
At
time you're at
Starbucks.
Starbucks.com. Yeah.
They're-
on the debit machine.
Yeah.
Just put it in.
Yeah.
In
yeah.
numerical
They're going to
code.
give you nothing. And that's okay. But, I just like the idea of showing a little bit of love to, those
100%.
people that you encounter in your day, even if you just are thinking about it as you're going about one day in your life. It's kind of fun.
Absolutely. I think sometimes it's just really nice to just say, Happy Valentine's Day.
Absolutely.
You know?
And the color scheme, the best.
Well,
Pink and red and white.
come on.
Hey.
Come on.
Floral, you can do so much with it too.
God, it's-
So
Okay, now I'm turning myself around on Valentine's
it's
Day,
all
y'all.
good. It's all
You
good.
know-
And I teach a class called Love is Love is Love is Love. And then I'll feature all songs that have love in them, which
Yeah.
is pretty easy. It's like the easiest playlist to make.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about this for 1 second. Name one song that has love in it.
Or name
Love
all the
So
songs.
Soft, Kelly Clarkson.
Dang. Okay, Jason.
You put my love on top,
What is
baby.
love?
You took mine. That was
Well,
supposed to be mine.
You got to be quick-witted if you're going to have a
Bring the
podcast.
beat
Bring on the
in.
third.
Okay, now it's my turn. Oh my god. I was gonna say Groove is in the Heart, but that doesn't have love in it. Oh my god, I fail at this. Never
All
mind.
right, well,
Let's move on.
If
We're
you think
moving
of
on.
one
Just when
later,
I'm bringing up my playlist.
It's gonna come to me. It's
we'll
gonna
stitch
come
it
to me.
in. We'll
Yeah.
stitch it in.
No,
That's
it's all
okay.
good.
But if it ain't love, Jason Derulo. You know Jason Derulo,
Yeah, of course.
right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Love Never Felt So Good. MJ and the one who we don't talk about. Justin Timberlake.
Why don't we talk about him?
We're
Tell me
just
more.
done.
What's
We're
going
done.
on?
Super Bowl, and then it all came out again, and then Adam Levine's nipples being okay, and then Janet's not, and I'm over him. I'm over that he was all hip hop, and then all of a sudden he's the man of the woods. So
Yeah.
Oh.
I actually am with you on that one because I loved JT when he was all about hip hop and kind of dance moves
Yes.
and really kind of killing it.
amazing dancer,
And then-
amazing vocalist.
And then I think it's because he came. Isn't he a dad now?
Yeah.
Did him and Jessica Biel have
yeah,
a
yeah,
baby?
Silas.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. So I think that might have messed him up a bit, and the fact that he's no longer hip hop and he's more.
Absolutely.
Would
I
see.
know. Yeah,
Would
absolutely.
see.
So over it.
Okay.
All right.
Oh
all right.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
You
well.
heard it here first, people. We are done with JT.
He's the opposite of get into it.
Yeah.
Get out of
Get
it.
out of it.
Right.
Completely. Okay.
Now, I'll tell you, I think one musician that we can all agree on, though, and we talked about this earlier this week, we really want to have a little segment in this podcast where we're talking about what we're streaming because book clubs are hard.
Oh, reading is hard.
Oh,
But you know what it is?
enough.
Fundamental.
I can't read you though. You are unreadable.
Come
you're
on.
perfect.
Oh,
You're
girl,
beautiful.
thank you. I'll take it. Yeah.
Well, the truth is that, because we are all very accomplished professional people,
True.
and I'll speak for myself in this moment, but I'm reading and writing all day long because I work in communications. I am reading something, I'm writing something, I am on my computer all day long. At the end of the day, I like to just zone out.
Absolutely.
I want to watch something on Netflix, on
Yes.
Amazon, on
Yes.
Hulu, whatever. Whatever my brother has a subscription to that I don't have to pay for, I'm watching. Thanks, Trent. And this week, we found something that was so epic. I know it's not a new show, but it's new to Netflix. Whitney! Come on.
Come on.
Now, what did you think?
Well, okay, so I want to rewind you back to maybe 98, 99 So for the millennials, that's 1998. 1999. So I had a dalliance in the Bahamas, and there was so many celebrities who would, like actually had properties there or who just stayed there. So it was like really common to see celebrities all the time. And I remember.
Did you say dalliance?
Dalliance.
Dalliance?
Yeah.
What is that?
Like a little fling, like a little dance. Yeah.
Like you hooked up.
No, but like the celebrities. No.
Not you, never.
Never. I haven't even kissed anyone. So never been kissed. 2.0 starring me.
Okay, before the end of this podcast, we're going to knack.
We've been waiting for this for so long. I'm just here for the seduction.
It's finally happening.
Well, we have
Hashtag that, people.
We have bubbles to make it happen. So dalliance was happening.
So I'm in the Bahamas, and I remember so distinctly because, everyone talks about celebrities. Here we are talking about celebrities. Nothing has changed since the 90s. And I remember so vividly my friends who worked in the hotel, because basically a lot of people, the most part, work in tourism in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And they were saying that Whitney was there with her girlfriend. And
while you were there?
Yeah. So this is way back when. Yeah. And
you were practically best friends with Whitney.
Well, yeah, it gets bad. Like I was best friends with Lenny Kravitz, but like at that point, I mean, she wasn't out, but the thing is, it was like sort of like, as we know now from the documentary, it was,
like with her best friend.
Yeah, she was with Robin,
right.
but it wasn't out in the media.
Oh my God.
But everyone there knew, and it wasn't negative at all. It was like, she's here with her girlfriend, and
that's amazing.
Absolutely. So I mean, I knew that, for such a long time. So I really enjoyed the documentary featuring Robin. I didn't enjoy the way that Whitney's family spoke about her, as we can see with things, where she went with Bobby and whatnot. So, I mean, it was so joyful to see the pure talent of Whitney. It was joyful to see her mother speaking about her. But then, of course, it did explain a lot. You know
what I found really shocking about it is her mother was on that show at the very beginning for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And she was sitting on a church pew.
Yeah.
And then that was it. Then you didn't hear from her again, which was so shocking to me because, I mean, for me, watching that show made me so sad. Like, I was sad for days after because I was like, she got her family involved in her business. And that, I feel, was like her biggest downfall. And that's so shocking to me because my family is like my number one.
Sure.
I love my family so much, like as we all do.
Sure.
But you think that, she got her brothers involved and they were into drugs. And then she got into drugs. And then her dad was stealing her money and then sued her. It's just such a sad story for me. I'm actually, I don't know. I didn't even know the whole lesbian thing either. So that was news to me.
Yeah.
That was.
How come you didn't tell us about this before?
But you guys, on a side note, do you know that that Netflix documentary about the makeup artist?
Kevin O'Quan? Yes.
So when we were watching that, she was on the videos that he was taking of Whitney, and that woman, what's her name? Robin was always there. And I was kind of thinking when I was watching the show, and this is before we watched the Whitney documentary, and I thought this in my head, I didn't tell you, Jason, but when I was thinking, I was like watching it and I was like, that woman is a lesbian. What is she doing with Whitney?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, there's some sort of weirdy thing going on there, but my God, now we know.
Yeah.
Now we know.
I mean, on the topic of love, she loved Whitney.
Oh, yeah.
You could tell that she
100%.
100% loved Whitney. And even though she knew it was probably never going to work out and it was super complicated, she loved her like I think everybody wants to be loved, to the point where she even said, you're making a mistake.
Yes.
Because we all need those people,
of course,
who love us so much they're going to try and save us from ourselves. Stood by her as long as she could until it was just not happening anymore.
Oh my God.
But we forget, and I think the movie was so excellent at playing out just how important and how much she touched so many people.
Yes.
she was a big deal in so many
Huge.
communities,
Huge
especially in the Black community.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I am not a Black person. I know it's probably hard to tell. I am a white boy from Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. No, but it was like she was important. She was a very important person. And Allie, do you remember we were on a road trip when we found out she died?
Yes, we were coming back from the mountains
We
or
were
something.
coming back from a ski weekend.
Yes.
With all of our crazy Polish friends.
Yes.
We were probably a little bit hungover.
I think we were a lot hungover.
A little emotional.
Yeah.
And we were listening
to
to
the radio.
OutQ Radio.
Yes.
And they had this special all-day podcast that was dedicated to Whitney. And they had people phoning in, wailing.
Mm-hmm.
Like not just getting, telling a story or, getting a little emotional. People are fucking scream crying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They're losing it. And I mean, it made us get really emotional too.
Mm-hmm.
I was emotional from the start because when I think of Whitney, it reminds me of 1992 when The Bodyguard came out.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the same time that my grandma passed away. And I Will Always Love You was number one. And so every time I hear that song, I think of my grandma and then I always cry. I'm a big crier. I cry at every single sad song there is. But that's what it, I think that everybody has that kind of story where it's like, oh my God, I remember listening to Whitney when I was on the dance floor. I remember listening to Whitney when so-and-so happened. It's like a memory. And I think that for Whitney, I think that she was such an amazing human being. And it's like one of the saddest things that she decided that she wanted to, cut her life off because, but imagine what you have to be going through in order to be such a big star and then to say, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to, I'm going to kill myself.
Which is why the documentary is so important to see, to really see what she has been through. The other thing about Whitney is that she's not a celebrity that we stopped rooting for. We always rooted for her, no matter what.
Yes.
Even at
Even
that
with the
time,
bathroom photo.
Yes.
We're like, no, Whitney.
Yeah, with a
Like,
Divas
no,
Live.
we're cheering for you.
Exactly, with the sweat and, when she came out and she was rail thin and the crack is white, all of that, we were still rooting.
Yeah.
We never stopped because
Never.
there's so many, life cycles of a celebrity where, all of a sudden they come out of favor and then, a John Travolta situation or something and then, Pulp Fiction.
Amy
and then,
Winehouse.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
I always rooted for her.
Absolutely.
Like, even when I saw her perform and she was a mess.
Yeah.
Did
and
she
then-
say that she spit on people?
Yeah, she was drinking. I was at Virgin Music Festival in England, and I was super pumped. This was going to be the highlight of the weekend.
Sure.
Seeing Amy Winehouse,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And she was just, like you said, rail thin, teeter around on these high heels. She couldn't walk in them. She was drinking, what appeared, what I understood to be like whiskey cokes.
Right.
Right? That was her drink, was like Jack and Cokes, I guess.
Yeah.
Taking a sip and like spitting it on the crowd. And, even though it was so hard to watch, but, you're like, oh, she's going to Barbados or the Bahamas or wherever she was. She's going to get clean. She's going to do a reggae album. Like, I don't know. We want these people to come out on the other side.
Exactly.
And surprise us.
Totally.
Yes.
What we need to do after this is put on So Emotional.
Oh
I
my
want to
God.
dance with somebody.
All about it.
And as I always say, I probably say it on a daily basis. I say, to quote Whitney, it's not right, but it's okay.
There you go. Amen. Hallelujah. Yes.
And because, again, I speak for all women, I'm every woman.
Oh my God.
It's all in me.
I am telling you.
Shaka. I
Yes.
mean, again, that.
Yes. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan.
So we will always have that art. Same with Kevin O'Quan when I saw that documentary. I mean, so after I watched that, again, you must see what he's been through.
This is required streaming.
This is
Absolutely. You
absolutely
must.
required.
You
So
must.
we must deal with the dark in order to deal with the light. It is so important. And I pulled out, and I knew I still had his Face Forward book from probably
Oh my God.
1999, 2000.
Shit.
And I've brought it with me everywhere. Like, it is so important. It was one of
Amazing.
those, like, sort of milestone books where it was just like he was the first like rock star makeup artist.
Yeah.
And again, it was like in that whole special time of these rock star supermodels. It hasn't been replicated since.
And even watching that documentary and just seeing the love in everyone that they interviewed.
Yes.
How much they loved him and coveted him. Like Liza Minnelli was calling him on the phone and leaving him messages.
The messages.
That is
like
worth
insane.
watching it.
Kevin.
Absolutely.
Kevin.
I need you.
I'm in London.
I need you. My eyebrows.
So good. And then
So good.
the one thing that really impressed me was Andie MacDowell.
Yeah.
And she loved him so much. So if she could only channel that love that she had for him into her acting, then we would never have had that scene in Four Weddings and a Funeral. Where she says, "Is it raining? I hadn't noticed."
Oh my God, this is amazing.
Andie.
See, we turned it around, people. We turned it around.
That's how we do it.
That's right.
We
This
turn
is
the
what
beat around.
NOMOFOMO is all about. And if you guys have any comments to anything that we're saying, honestly, if you have stuff to say about Whitney, about Kevin O'Quan, like honestly, just like text it to us. Oh my God. Yeah, like you have our
Just
phone
put it in
numbers.
the promo code.
Yeah, well, totally. Just put in the promo code NOMOFOMO on our website. Okay. And honestly, but just send us messages.
Well, when we do get promo code famous,
Yeah.
what I think we need to be doing is we'll post our required streaming on our Facebook page, and our
Yes.
Instagrams, and all the stuff. And I actually really think it'd be fun to get feedback from people about it.
Absolutely.
Like, what did you think about it?
100%.
Send us your letters, because we can't just be coming up with content, on the fly.
We need you people.
I know we make it sound super easy, but it's going to be harder as we keep going through this process. And we're going to need you to send in some words.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, what's next, y'all?
Well, I just wanted to do a quick mention. If you're not watching Schitt's Creek, I don't know what to say. I mean,
We're not watching
we're not
Schitt's
watching
Creek.
Schitt's Creek. We are not watching Schitt's
well, this
Creek.
is why I'm here.
Yes, you are here to help. Okay,
Educate us.
So educate.
Tuesday's episode. Well, okay, if you don't know Schitt's Creek, so it's a Canadian produced series.
And we should note that we are Canadian
Yes,
for our,
yes. God, yes,
for our
100%.
international listenership.
Yes.
Right?
International.
Hey. So it's Eugene Levy, his son Daniel Levy, his daughter is in it, the incomparable, the legendary Catherine O'Hara.
Legendary.
Catherine.
So she has this affected accent in it, and it is the best thing you will ever
Do it for us.
see in
Do
your
it
life.
for us.
Where she goes, "John, where's the bebe?"
Okay, I'm watching it just for that now. I'm watching it just for that.
So it's this wealthy Toronto family who loses it all, who trusts their accountant and gets bamboozled, just like Jay-Z in the, just like Ja Rule.
Just like
pardon me.
Whitney.
Ja
Just
by
like
her
Ja
dad.
Rule in the
Ja
Fire
Rule.
Festival.
Oh my God, there's so much. Oh,
we have
Yes, we're talking
we
about
need-
that
we'll
too.
talk
We
about
need
that. We'll
6
talk about that
hours.
next
Yeah,
week.
so this we're in hour 1 of the podcast, so just stay tuned for 6 more hours. So anyway, so they're a wealthy family. They get bamboozled. They lose everything. However, Eugene Levy buys this town called Schitt's Creek. However, the spelling is Schittts as a joke for his son David. And then the only asset that they have after they lose everything is this town. So this is why they have to move to this town. So as you can imagine, they move into a motel. Hilarity ensues.
Right.
The first episode, Catherine O'Hara, I shit you not, she's wearing her silk pajamas and she's wearing a vest with a brooch to bed.
Oh my God.
See,
It is the best thing
everybody loves
ever.
a fish out of water story.
Yeah, that's true.
And especially when it's the reverse fish out of water, where like we
Yes.
all like watching when rich people get really poor.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is so fun. The wardrobe for this show is legendary. You
Okay.
will die. So it is fabulous.
You know who we should research on who does the styling for that show.
I think Dan Levy is actually like part of the style.
Oh,
like,
you're kidding?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because you
Super
know what? His
talented.
style, let's just talk about that for 1 second too.
He
Because
does
his
have
style,
good style.
he
Yes.
does have really great style. And he's also one of the hosts of the Great Canadian Baking Show.
Yes.
Which is so fun to
Yes.
watch.
Yes.
He looks so good on that show. Like, honestly, his style is great. And also, talking about, great style in Canada, the other host on the Great Canadian Baking Show is Julia Chan.
Yes, Julia
And
Chan.
she is incredible.
She's
Her
cute.
Style, oh my god, she's so cute, and her style is, my god, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I would say that it's like Harajuku meets high fashion couture meets street
Young
style.
Street.
Yeah, meets Young Street. Totally. Oh my god, it's amazing. Anyway, sorry, I totally took that away
No,
from
it's
you.
all good.
Back
But
to Schitt's Creek.
Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get into it.
Required streaming.
Required. It's on Netflix. It has exploded. It is a riot to see them doing American press.
He was written up in Vogue.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It is a thing. This is real, and the Levys are basically our royal family at this point.
They're legendary.
Right?
And Catherine O'Hara is
Wow.
our queen. So last Tuesday's episode was featuring, it basically was Joyce DeWitt was mentioned several times.
What?
And if you
I
know-
was hoping you were going to say she did like a walk-on appearance.
Oh, if Joyce
or something.
DeWitt did a
Joyce
walk on, I
DeWitt.
would die. But anyway, any show that references Joyce DeWitt more than once, you'll have me forever. Like, I am your girl.
Kiki Carla is yours. Just say Joyce DeWitt, and that is it. That
Promo
is
code,
right.
Yeah,
promo code,
yes,
Joyce DeWitt.
Oh my God,
Okay,
amazing.
let's talk
Okay.
about it. So all the other things, I mean, there is so much on Netflix, but are we talking about RuPaul's Drag Race?
We are always going to talk about RuPaul's
How
Drag
about
Race on
let's
this
get
show.
into it? Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Now,
Okay.
we are, at this moment in time, we are in the middle of All-Stars.
All-Stars
season
4.
3. 4, thank you. All-Stars
welcome.
season 4. And all of the trailers have come out, all the press for season 11. Now, Allie and I we've watched basically all of the videos about 9 times.
We've
already-
really
Ferris
I know.
Bueller's Day Off.
I know.
Yeah.
9
Seriously.
times?
Nine
times.
9 times. Bueller. So we're pumped. We are so pumped. Now, I think we need to just talk a little bit about some of the surprising cast members on here because there's some interesting characters.
Are we talking about Silky?
Silky? I am Team Silky already.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Same.
a comedy queen.
Mhm.
I like a big girl. I like a curvy queen. I like one who's got something to say. And I really like a
Yes.
queen who burps in their audition video.
That was
Oh,
one of the best
stop.
things I have ever seen. Like, honestly, like, that was so good. That was so good.
She is one to look
She's
out
one
for.
to watch, for sure. For sure she is. For sure she is. Yeah.
So we'll watch out for Silky. We were talking a little bit before about, what's her name? The one that is the first practicing Muslim queen.
Mercedes Iman Diamond.
I
Mercedes
love
Iman
her.
Diamond.
Yeah. Okay.
She is pretty fierce.
She is
She's
fierce.
fucking
And,
fierce.
You know, given that I am married to a Muslim right in front of me.
That is moi. I also say that I'm half black because I was born in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, which is in East Africa. So I'd like to say that I'm half black, just for the record. Thank you.
And Mercedes is from Kenya.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, your neighbor to the north.
My sister-in-law is from Kenya. She's from Nairobi. She was born there, and I feel I need to get. I hope that she gets more into where she's from.
Yes,
you
yeah.
know, because I feel like that's super important, and I think that a lot of queens don't necessarily get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like for her, it's even more important because you're from Africa. You're from Kenya, you're a Muslim, and now you're a drag queen, how your family takes you, like all of it. Like, I'm so excited to hear her story.
Absolutely. Same.
Yeah. For me, I also want to give like a huge shout out to the Canadian.
Brooklyn
Brooklyn
Heights.
Heights.
Brooklyn.
Even though your name is Brooklyn, you're Canadian.
But you know what? She's not.
That's okay. That's
what-
okay. She said she didn't give herself
Yeah,
a name.
her drag mother gave her that name.
Totally. And
Fine.
I mean, what is she gonna say? She's
Like
like
York?
She's like Young Street.
Yeah, York.
Yeah.
My name is
totally.
Yorkdale Heights.
I'm Queen Street West.
Or if she's from Calgary, she's Crescent Heights.
Crescent Heights. Yeah. Totally. I'm Kensington. Queen of Kensington. That actually would be kind of cute.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
We love her. So
Yeah.
she was a ballet dancer. She still
Yes.
is a ballet dancer.
And she's cute as a guy,
She
too.
is cute. I think
Yes.
she's going to slay.
Agreed.
I'm hoping that, like, because she really, her grace, her obvious, like her grace in terms of her articulation and then
Yes.
her movement,
She's-
her presence, her physical presence.
Yeah, she better bring
She's
her.
verbal and nonverbal.
Her runway, I feel. Her runway, I feel like, is going to be fucking epic. Like,
absolutely.
I feel like it's going to be great, and she's going to bring it every single time. And also, her fashion sense is so on
boots.
The
point.
shoulders.
Fucking
So
hell.
she's all about those shoulders.
Yeah, she's channeling her inner Angela Bauer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we could talk about Angela
Oh
We
my
can
Bauer.
talk about
God.
her.
Oh
Do you
my
know,
God.
a little aside, the reason why I got into the communications industry professionally is because of Angela Bauer. The Bauer agency, I was like, I need to
That
be
was
like
everything.
I need
That
to
was
be
everything.
like her.
Yes. Yes.
Although I don't live in
Absolutely.
New York, which, you know, there's time. After we start getting promo codes, I think we're going to be able to
Yeah.
get that.
We're all gonna move to New York.
We're all going to
you know.
be like on the Upper East Side, probably. I don't know. Is that still cool?
No, we're moving
Upper
to
West
Palm
Side?
Springs.
Oh, Palm Springs.
Did you
oh
forget?
My God. Oh my God, totally. Oh my God, that's our happy place. Of course we're moving there.
Yeah.
We just got married
We'll
there,
hang out
too.
with Ross Matthews,
Yes, but also
best
you guys,
podcaster.
we're forgetting about Evie Oddly.
Oh, I like her.
I am ready for her.
I'm ready for her
I
too.
am ready for her.
That laugh.
Oh my God, the laugh was epic, and also just her whole sense of style and how weirdy she is. And weirdy, I mean in a good way.
Absolutely.
Like that is like
Yeah.
that takes some balls to get out there and be on national television.
Yes.
And be
Yeah.
yourself and
Yes.
and own it.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I mean, we can talk a lot about like, you know, the sort of traditional quote unquote drag in terms of, you know, it's campy roots or it's sort of pageantry roots or
yes.
it's passing
Yes.
sort of roots. But then she is of that because there's so many strains of drag. And then she's in that strain where you are expressing yourself artistically.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to also take it back and say who was on the very first season of RuPaul's Drag Race that didn't make it, and she was the you loved her, Jason.
Nina
What was-
Flowers?
Not Nina Flowers.
Oh,
she was
jeez.
the more like a campier queen.
Pork
She-
chop?
No, she had like
I
the
can
weird
barely
eyes.
remember what I did last
No,
week, let
oh
alone
my God,
season one.
You loved her. She was like the oh my God, she was not
Chanel?
from Seattle.
Chanel.
No.
Oh.
You know, like she was like the kind of weirdy one with the
Tammy
brown
Brown.
hair.
Tammy Brown.
Tammy Brown.
Right?
Yes.
So when
I
she was
love
on,
Tammy.
everybody was like, oh God, no, she's weird. She's
Yeah.
this, she's that. But
Yeah.
you know what? She actually was so funny.
Yes.
I loved her. And I feel like this is kind of that new
Yes.
generation of the queens that are just doing themselves and just saying, you know what? I'm weird and I don't care.
Absolutely.
I think this is going to be a bit of a turning point for Drag Race because I think we've seen that the show at times can become a little bit mean-spirited. It can be excessively catty. There's just like nastiness going on. But I think that what people really like is just the quirky, relatable oddballs.
Sure.
Now, we don't know how odd she is yet. But that
We'll
audition
find out.
video was like a little bit cuckoo.
was epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're ready for her.
We're ready.
Also, you guys,
Vanjie. Miss
Vanjie
Vanjie.
is back.
That
The pressure is on that bitch.
Oh.
she does. Oh, I have a
Woo.
feeling she feels no pressure any time in her life ever.
No, you could-
Well, we saw the video.
Oh fuck.
The video was insane. Like she
She
just
is
doesn't
insane.
give a fuck.
I love Vanjie more than
Yeah.
anything. I knew she was coming back for season 11. It was sort of like the worst kept secret. She deserves it 1,000%.
Yes.
There has never been, except for Pork Chop, who always got brought back
Sure.
to
Over and
the
over.
reunions
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
But that was a shout out from Rue, right?
Yeah.
But there's never ever been the first queen to be eliminated who has been as memorable as
Absolutely.
Vanjie. But the thing is, she has personality for days. I remember seeing this season 10 promo, and I remember she was one of my tops. And just because, like, she had this fierce coat, and I loved how the way she walked, and I love how she was so beautiful. And then she opened her mouth, and then that voice. And
it's very crass and kind of like it just gets right into the middle ear part, and you're just like,
oh, I love it so much.
No, it's good.
And so I'm so ready for her.
Yes.
So during the VH1 Meet the Queens disaster,
my
that
God.
was the worst steaming pile of shit ever.
So badly done.
Who was the host on that?
So that was Adam Rippon. He
Right, the
is
figure skater.
a figure skater. Yes.
Okay, VH1, if you're listening,
Which you are.
NOMOFOMO is
Which
available.
everybody
is available to do any of these like online segments for you, because we would kill it more so than, and not just throw shade, but also to throw a little bit of shade, because
Yes.
we really feel like it didn't do due diligence to the queens.
No.
Or to RuPaul.
No.
So
No, and their little activities they had to do, it wasn't really well thought out.
It wasn't.
No.
It
I think
wasn't.
they could have done way better. And if they just needed to leave it, they could have made it just really simple.
Yeah.
They didn't need to have all these extra little weird
No.
things happening. Like, just interview them. We just want to talk to them and get to know them.
Totally.
You know?
And
Get
a good
really
interview
good
with
host.
that.
A good host would
Yeah.
have good questions. And it would be done.
And then you would let their personalities speak for themselves, because these are queens. They have huge personalities. They don't need to be playing ridiculous games.
No,
We love them.
Yeah,
Exactly.
as they
So,
are.
I mean, Vanjie did it all. So she was meant to build like a solo cup tower, some dumb shit, and poor Aquaria was just like, oh, VH1.
Well, you could tell.
Like,
You could
yeah,
tell. She
like-
was just like, "This is
she was like,
not what I signed up
Fuck
for."
my pussy right now.
Yeah,
Like, she
yes.
was over it. And then there's Vanjie. Throws
Vanjie.
the ball at the cups, sings my favorite line ever. She's like, oh yeah, this is like the when I'm gone. And then in the Vanjie voice, she goes, you're gonna fuck me when I'm gone. And there's Aquaria going, oh my God. Because, they're not allowed to swear or anything. Vanjie throws the ball, it goes everywhere. She goes, clean up. And Vanjie is here to save us all.
Yeah.
Because if for whatever reason it gets sanitized like that was.
Like VH1
Yes.
takes it in the wrong direction.
Which would be an epic fail.
Absolutely.
If they changed anything about that show.
Drag is not meant to be sanitized.
No way, no how.
It is political. It is here to change. And it doesn't need to be
Sanitized.
sanitized
I love that
and
word.
taken
Don't-
over with, a bit of bleach. Like, no, we're
That's
not
right.
here for that at
Yeah,
all.
no.
Absolutely.
Yeah, get out of
No,
it.
I like my queens raunchy.
Yes.
Yes.
I like them raw.
Yes.
I want some divine. I want
Oh my
some.
God.
Yes.
Like, I want old school, like, gross me out a little bit.
Absolutely. And
Drag
that's what drag
is
about.
dangerous.
Yes.
Drag is
oh my
dangerous.
God.
There is,
yes.
It needs to. I don't know. How do you take something that has always been on the fringe of culture, and then suddenly it's on VH1? How do you what goes beyond that?
That's so hard though, because you know what? Here's the thing. It's like, I remember when I was coming out and I used to watch drag shows at Boys Town here in
Sure.
Calgary. You
Yeah.
know, I used to go on Wednesdays, I used to go on Thursdays, I used to go on Sundays at like Detour and like all
Yeah.
these
Were
amazing
you in the
places.
hot butt competition?
I never did the hot butt competition. I was just too shy.
He
you
had
know?
never been
I was
kissed
too
either.
shy.
Both
Also,
of us.
I'm a brown guy. Brown guys don't show their butts.
Why?
We just don't do that.
Why?
Because a lot of brown guys have hairy butts, and that was, and that's not like that was like you see all these like white guys up on stage with these like clean butts, and they're all like bubble butts, and then all of a sudden a brown guy's gonna come up there because that's when bears weren't appreciated. Now, don't
Now,
get
a
it twisted.
hairy
It's all about
butt
a hairy butt is
would
like
win.
the shit.
Hair
Yes.
pants, bring it.
100%.
Get into hair pants.
Your hair go shorts.
Totally,
Are
totally.
everything.
Well, we are so excited to watch the next
Okay.
season and also finish off this season of RuPaul's Drag Race
Okay,
All-Stars.
Who's our money on?
Predictions.
Who's our money on?
ooh,
Top
girl.
2, and trust me, I have not seen a spoiler. I'm not that girl. I would never be that girl. My gut is telling me top 2 is Naomi and Monique Hart.
No.
Dang.
Yes.
Naomi.
Yes.
Okay,
That
all right.
is what my gut is saying.
Kiki Carla, that is it. Okay. All
We'll
right.
see. She can't win. She might be top 2.
I think she could
but
win.
No, because...
Okay, so why do you think she could win? Sorry.
Okay, so here's the thing about All Stars is that every time in the regular competition, the correct queen has always won, no matter what. In terms of, even Tyra Sanchez, I hate to say it, like season 2, she deserved it.
She deserved it.
Raja, then you talk about season 4. Who was season 4? Sharon Needles.
Oh, yes.
Sharon deserved it.
Sharon Needles.
Jinx Monsoon. I mean, all these queens have deserved it. However, in All Stars, it's a bit of a different story.
Right.
So, season 2 All Stars, because season 1 really didn't count that much, but Alaska, and it was like, yes, but Katya should have won there. And then of course season 3, Trixie and Shangela, right? But here's the thing. So they filmed this way in advance. So All Stars 4 was filmed in the summer. Right? And so there was already the backlash that the All Stars queens were all white and blonde. And 100% that is the correct backlash to have, because when you look at the, the Hall of Fame, it is just like, this is actually quite alarming. So I think that there is that there is that pressure to have, a melanated queen.
I know,
Okay,
but
what about
as
Latrice?
part of that.
No, you know what? Latrice Royale has completely lost me as a fan.
Same.
I am not a fan
not
anymore.
lost me, but like she's let me down. She's let me down.
Well, she's been
she's
a
lost
little
me completely.
inconsistent for sure.
It's not even about being inconsistent for me. It's just about being a rude bitch all of a sudden.
She has been rude, and she has been too conceited. And
You know what's happening to her? It's her everything that she's gotten from Drag Race has, I feel like, maybe made her head a little bit bigger than it should be. So when she came back and got eliminated, she was shocked that she would be.
Yes.
And then she came back with a vengeance, which I get, and I get it, that you are wanting this so bad, but also don't be a bitch about it, because that's what people loved about you from the first place, that you were down to earth and that you were a real queen. And now I don't feel like she is. She's lost me.
And I think that's why the reaction to Manila at this point, it's the same as Shangela. I don't think they could have predicted that in the summer, how much people would have fallen in love
100%.
with Manila. And same thing with Shangela, because at that point, you have to remember, like All Stars 3, Trixie was everything. She was doing, and then had, like, do you remember when the promos came out?
Katya.
I remember
Katya?
even you.
Oh, Katya and Trixie.
Even you were like, oh, Shangela, I don't know. She's so annoying,
Let's just put it on the record right now.
Yeah.
Kiki, Carla, because Jason actually hated Shangela.
Yeah.
I didn't feel it. Because it was just too much hallelujah.
Yes.
It was one trick
But I was
game.
always a fan,
Same.
and still am.
Yeah,
Because
same.
she is a good queen, and she, you know what, even when she loses, she's a good loser. She doesn't
100%.
become sassy
Yeah.
or mean
Yeah.
about anything.
Yeah.
And look at her now.
She's
on Gaga.
Oh, Gaga
okay?
called her out.
In her
Vegas.
concert.
Yes. And was like,
What?
when she was singing You and I, she was like, Shangela. She's getting up on the piano like
It's
she
incredible.
was.
It's a good thing.
Her pussy was there for Shangela.
100%.
So the thing is, I think when All Stars 3 was getting done, Trixie was the it girl, 100%. And I think that they knew, had they not crowned her, there would have been backlash.
Absolutely.
But then by the time it came out, and Shangela was such a superstar, like
They probably wish they would have.
They're like, shit. There
But
was
I
that
think
damage
that's what
control.
made it. That's what made it even better, is that she didn't get crowned, and then she just is like, boom.
Absolutely. And then it made it better for the fandom, because Trixie
100%.
had to work her pussy so hard on the road.
Yes.
And
she did. She's been touring.
Oh.
Like, she is doing, like, every small town
but also,
in the world.
But we saw her.
She's giving it.
We saw her
Giving
in
it
Calgary.
hard.
She wasn't that good, remember?
Well, the first time.
The first time.
You said the second time.
Second time.
killed it.
Okay, we didn't see the
Second
second time.
time,
did we? No.
2 hours, almost no stop.
Wow.
One of the best shows I've ever seen.
That's incredible.
So
Wow. Okay.
that was, I think,
Props.
that helped.
As good as Bob.
No, Bob is the best drag queen
Bob the
I
drag
have
queen.
ever seen.
Shit.
Ever, hands down.
Yeah.
That was funniest show, best. I mean, Bob is the best.
I'm sending Bob a Valentine.
Yes.
He deserves that.
I'm
I
sending,
choose you.
I'm
Bob.
sending Valentina a Valentine.
Valentine.
And I'm gonna say,
Mi corazon.
I'm gonna say, your French vanilla fantasy, you're tall, you're skinny, and you're high fashion glamour couture, the house down boots, mama. Yes.
Yeah. No. Okay. All right.
You did it.
On that note, we are going to move on to the next topic, which is...
Oh, okay. So we found this little list that we thought it was very important to talk about. And now this has nothing to do with drag queens. It has nothing to do with pop culture or what we're streaming.
What's
Okay,
pop
so
culture?
I'm out.
Well, it is pop culture.
Nice to meet you guys.
Oh my God, no.
No.
You are staying because this
is
pretty
important
epic.
because as the voice of every single mother,
True.
I found this list, and this is the top foods you should always buy at Costco.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Let's just talk about Costco
let's
for
just
1
talk about
second.
Costco.
Let's talk about Costco.
Because, I'm sure everybody knows what Costco is.
Yes.
However, for those that are maybe listening from other parts of the world...
No, they have Costco.
Costco's worldwide?
It's everywhere.
I didn't know this. Do they
I
have a
think
Costco
so.
in Helsinki?
I don't know.
No, you're thinking IKEA.
Oh, right.
No, that's Finland. Oh, that sounds so
No, that's
stupid.
Sweden.
No, Sweden.
No, I know, but Helsinki is Finland.
So what? Who cares? Whatever. Anyway.
But the promo code is still the same.
The promo code is still the same, NOMOFOMO. Just go to Costco.ca or .com
Or
or
IKEA.
whatever.
Or IKEA. I give them the promo code NOMOFOMO. And they're going to
You know
get your
what?
Billy bookcase
Actually, just
20% off.
Go up to the till with your bags full of stuff and say, I have a promo code for NOMOFOMO, and just see what happens.
Just
and actually,
do it.
if you can record it and then send it to our Twitter, which is @NOMOFOMO, that would be amazing.
and then we're going to remix it into a song.
Yes. Yes, we will.
Promo code. All right, so let's talk about the list.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Right, yes.
Get into
yes.
it.
Number
Yes.
1. This is kind of boring.
Okay.
Baby spinach.
Agree,
Why is that?
Because
Okay,
it's cheap.
But what is the difference between regular spinach and baby spinach? Yes, I get it, that it's smaller.
Yeah.
But why?
Because it comes in this giant bag. So
Okay,
the
alright.
bag is like $3 and it is everything. Yes, it is
So-
so cheap.
If I'm buying spinach at Costco, I want leaves the size of like palm tree leaves. That's what I expect. From Costco.
You want to wear your spinach as a bonnet. Like
I'm gonna make a skirt out of my spinach.
actually. I want to see that for sure.
you
All
want
right.
to be Celine Dion on her wedding day, basically being fanned by these spinach like palm fronds.
Like bleached spinach. Like, yeah, that's what I want. Okay, number 2. Bacon.
Hell yes.
Love
Hell yes.
bacon. Now, Allie, you just need to sit this one out.
That's
The
why I
Muslim
was
in the room.
That's why I was silent for this one, because I'm a Muslim and I do not eat the bacon or participate in any sort of pork product digestion of any sort.
Hallelujah.
But, hallelujah.
Well,
that's
save
it.
the bacon for the rest of us.
Well, this is why
at
you always
Costco.
get it on the side. So
I think this is one that I'm not getting it on the side.
the bacon.
Oh.
Okay. Calm
Right.
down.
Here's one I think you're really going to be able to get behind, Allie. Booze. Always buy your booze at Costco. Apparently, top shelf booze in particular is a lot cheaper. So, if you want to go get your fancy stuff, like your
Yes.
Grey Goose.
The Kirkland's vodka is like
100%. And can we
Same,
also
yeah.
talk about the margarita mix?
always.
For
Margarita.
summertime, margarita
Yes.
mix does not get any better. It doesn't get any better.
No,
It's
I
super
agree.
easy.
Yeah.
On ice.
Mhm.
You just put it in. It already has the tequila in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's delicious.
And it just tastes like summer.
100%. Yeah, so I will definitely get behind that. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
next
Agreed.
one on the list, butter.
Well, we were
butter.
having
Yes, I
a...
love butter so much.
Jason and I always have an annual Christmas baking day with some friends. And the butter is always the most expensive part of
Yes.
the
It's crazy.
whole
Yeah,
shopping
yeah,
process.
yeah.
It's insane. So, yes to butter.
So freeze it up. Go to Costco, freeze it.
And you can freeze butter. You can freeze butter.
You can. It
Absolutely.
freezes really well.
Yeah.
So did you know that Beyonce offered free concert tickets to her and the husband, who we don't talk about, if you became vegan? But the thing is, then you'd have to give up butter. So like even for Beyonce, I don't know.
Just
You know what?
forget it.
I'm
Just
a
forget it.
big Beyonce fan, but I will never do
Yeah.
that. I will never.
Agreed.
And
Yeah.
also, I won't pay $600 to go and see Beyonce. So.
Well, you could get free tickets, but then that includes her husband's concerts too, which we don't want to just hear
Well,
someone
this is-
going,
No. Yeah,
Oh.
it's
No,
true.
thank you.
It's
Okay.
true.
Get out of
Yeah.
it.
Canned
Sorry.
goods.
Agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Soup.
Cheese
Oh yeah,
Cheese
the
is
cheese
is the other one.
The cheese is like, if you could see my hands right now, I'm talking about the best hung man
That
you've
is-
ever
that is
seen.
it.
That's
That
how
is-
big the cheese
That is large and in
is.
Like the
charge
biggest
cheese right
cheese.
there.
The
That is
biggest
large and
cheese
in-
string
Oh.
ever. This one is kind of weird. Cooking spray.
Oh, no thanks.
I don't use that.
We never use
Refer
cooking
back
spray.
to butter. No,
Next, please.
no,
Thanks.
Next,
no.
please.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently, all the lubricants are on the list because extra virgin olive oil.
Oh yeah.
I'm all about that.
I
Yeah,
like an
absolutely.
EVOO.
All about- yes.
Work with that.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yes.
add butter to it, but you know,
Well, yeah. Just whisk it in.
hazelnut spread.
Totally, slowly but surely.
Hazelnut spread? No, thank you.
No.
No,
No.
we're not European. We're
No.
not doing that.
No, thank you.
Herbs
No.
and spices.
Yes. You get
Yes.
a giant one. It
Yes.
is so cheap. It takes forever to get through it. Yes, Costco.
100%.
And this
Okay.
one is my favorite. I
Mm-hmm.
love that they threw this in here. Hot dog and soda.
Oh.
Okay, because if you don't get a hot dog when you leave Costco,
You're a monster.
You're
You're a monster.
evil.
Absolutely.
You are
And
evil.
also, you stand in that line for that long, and then you're just going to walk out and just leave the chicken fingers, the hot dogs, the fries, the pop, whatever it is. You're just going to leave them
The
aside.
wings.
You deserve it.
$1.50.
You are
You deserve it. That's
Come on.
IKEA
Yeah.
doesn't even have them for that cheap, do they?
exactly no. And IKEA's meatballs are nothing compared to Costco
Also,
wings.
their frozen yogurt tastes like cardboard.
Agree. So at Costco, you can say hot sauce, please, and they'll give you a hot tub of hot sauce.
I want a hot tub of hot sauce.
Absolutely. Like they get us. They understand,
They understand.
us. So if you, that's like the first question I ask if I'm like getting to know somebody. I'm like, when you go to Costco, like, do you eat at the cafeteria after? And if they say no, it's done.
Deal breaker.
Like
You're
it's
like,
a deal
bye.
breaker.
Girl,
and
bye.
it's also like another deal breaker for me, if I say knees and you don't know what that is, that's also a deal breaker too. Like
You're
it's over.
Bye, that's it.
Yeah.
You don't
we're
get
done.
me. You don't get me.
Exactly.
This list is pretty long, and there's a few less interesting items, but there's one last one that I think
Tell
is
us.
very important that we
Okay,
discuss.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
Rotisserie chickens.
Girl.
$4.99.
Oh, dang. Okay.
$4.99
I-
for a roasted chicken.
Is that in Canadian dollars?
This could be an American site.
American
So,
dollars.
you know,
Let's
okay,
talk
so we're
about-
talking like $6, $6.50, whatever, who cares? 5 USDs for a rotisserie chicken. That's pretty good. Minimum 3 pounds.
I'm
You're
gonna-
making me think about USDs now.
Oh, dang.
I know, right?
Dang. Here, let's talk about these rotisserie chickens for 1 second.
AKA utility chickens.
Right? And I feel
I like
like
it.
you go to the grocery store and they're just spinning in those little fucking machines that they have there, and it's just like you just pick it up and you put it in a bag and you take it with you. I feel a bit weirdy about the whole situation because how do they not dry out being in those things? And have they been in there all day? Are they 4 days old? Are they?
No,
An
those
hour
are
old.
they're getting purchased. People eat those.
Who's to say?
White people eat them.
So
I can
yes.
say that for sure because I am a white person. This is what
The turnover is crazy.
This is what people are eating like a
That's
lot.
white people's is buying all them chickens super fast, but
Well, I'm sure they're not exclusive to white people because nothing is. But
No,
I think
my mom buys those. My mom buys
they're
those
good.
chickens.
You know,
and
you could carry those around like a purse. Some of them are packaged so nicely. It's like a little chicken clutch.
Get into it. Chicken Clutch.
Get
Chicken
into it.
clutch.
2019.
There you
Use
go.
the promo code Chicken Clutch next time you go to Costco. You're gonna get some extra sauce and a 20-ounce Diet Coke. To
You
wash
heard it here.
down.
You heard it here first. Use promo codes and love your life. And we are so thrilled to have had you join us this time around.
I think that the second one is going to be even better.
We've had
Or
a
worse.
blast, or worse,
Or
you
worse.
know,
Who's to
whatever.
say?
Yeah,
Who's to say? You'll
Who's
just have
say?
to stay tuned.
You know, it's a roll of
tuned.
the dice.
Absolutely. And we will be back, and we're going to talk about the most juiciest, most fun, positive things you can ever think of.
Positive. We talk about being positive, and then, you're talking trash about bacon.
But it's juicy.
No.
But it's juicy. So there you go.
So there you go. Bacon Clutch 2019. Add that to
100%.
the chicken clutch.
Get into
Bacon
it.
wrapped chicken clutch.
Oh,
That's what I'm into.
You know what? You know what? If I see this at New York Fashion Week,
You know.
We know.
Absolutely.
They've been stealing our content.
Stuffed with Costco butter inside.
Wash
here
it
for
down
that.
with some margarita. It's done.
I'm here for that.
100% Costco. We're all about it.
And remember, you're a monster if you don't eat at the cafeteria.
100%. Get
Amen.
into it. Get into
Amen.
it. Get into it.
Hallelujah.